Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. We broke everything down. We're taking it back to the basics to help you guys understand the YouTube algorithm update and how you could make the YouTube algorithm work in your favor for 2021. All right, guys, so first and foremost, if you're new to the channel and you find this video helpful and or informative, please consider dropping a like or subscribing to our channel, as you could help us grow here on YouTube. And if I give any misinformation, please let me know in the comments section below. This is just about me sharing the knowledge that I have gained, sharing with you guys. Your success is my success out there. Firstly, let's talk about how YouTube primarily works off of user preference. And what that means for you as a content creator is that you need to take yourself out of the driver's seat and put yourself into the passenger seat. Take in the view, become a user on YouTube so you can understand how user preference works on YouTube. And what this means is that what YouTube wants to do is recommend videos to users that they actually prefer. User preference. And if you understand that as a content creator, you would understand that when a ton of other content creators create content that's similar to yours, this only gives your content a greater opportunity for success, as YouTube works primarily off of user preference and it wants to recommend videos that the user would prefer. So it goes off what the user actually clicks. And if your content is similar to what a user would actually click, that means that your content will be recommended to a ton of users on YouTube. All right, so now that we've covered user preference, let's talk about how to get a user to actually click onto your video and making your video clickable when it's recommended to a particular user. Keep in mind that YouTube is already doing probably more than half the work by recommending your video. So this means that if it's recommended to a particular user, it's because that user finds this type of content preferable. So all you need to do is give them the information that they need on that thumbnail. Don't clutter your thumbnails with too much information as far as text and imagery is concerned. Give them what they need, short, brief, and sweet on the thumbnail, make it clickable, and half the work is done by YouTube. You commit to the other half by making a clickable thumbnail. Okay, so now that we've covered user preference and making your video clickable when it's actually recommended to a user, let's talk about SEO, search engine optimization, and optimizing your video for searches. A lot of content creators need to become familiar with SEO, search engine optimization, so that they can optimize their video and content for searches. It's going to make up a huge part of your views and serves as a huge component for content creation. So if you can understand SEO, which you guys may need to do some research in SEO and understand how to properly provide YouTube with enough information that they can take and put into the algorithm and rank your video for searches, optimizing your searchability on YouTube. All right, guys, so we covered user preference, which we understand that YouTube primarily functions off of user preference. And then we covered the idea of making your video clickable by making a clickable thumbnail, providing a nice clean thumbnail. We also talked about SEO, search engine optimization, to optimize your content for searches and get it ranked within YouTube. And now we need to talk about when your video becomes recommended. Above all, how we need to consider that content is king and you need to maintain audience retention. Audience retention will determine to YouTube how a user actually takes in your content. And if you could maintain audience retention, this will determine how long your video will stay recommended on YouTube. So content is king. Audience retention is something that you want to make sure you consider as a content creator when you're creating your content. You want to maintain the retention of that user so that YouTube could say that you have a viable option for that user. That content is viable and they'll continue to recommend it to a bunch of other users. And determined by how long a user actually stays on your content will determine how often YouTube will recommend your content out there. Watch time minutes is one of the analytics that you could keep in mind and keep an eye on when you're looking at your analytics to consider how your audience retains your information. I hope you guys found this video helpful and or informative, and if you did, please consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.